Graduate students are very independent, so we give them their own space, but also give them great common area and great resources.
Current situation within graduate student education is that we're really focused on our own departmental training and we're really focused on our own major. But that would only make us as good as what we do in our own field.
One of the things that it allows is to take what is clearly these disciplinary silos and create an opportunity for people across these disciplines to live right in the same apartment. And I suspect some magical things really will happen as a result of us just setting an opportunity for students to try to create what solutions they have for really thorny problems.
If I'm trying to handle some type of health crisis, I'm not just working with health professionals, I'm working with policymakers and lawyers. So it doesn't make sense for me to learn about these things by myself and with people who think like me, because the world isn't made up of people who think like me.
It's going to challenge you, and it's going to challenge you to learn, and it's also going to give you the experience, the comfort, the confidence to communicate with and collaborate with people who come from different perspectives than you do.
Innovation doesn't typically happen in disciplines. It happens at the edges of disciplines. It happens between them. And the reason is the building blocks that you're missing to do something radically new are often found in the next discipline over.
And it's that overlap that's so exciting. And it's that overlap that actually, when one can translate it to the other, sometimes using different words and different nomenclature, that the aha moment comes.
The Munger community provides something that's very unique because not only we get to interact with people from all across the campus, but also actually live together, and we build this community together.
Kind of got to work with them and learn with them. Suddenly you understand how different fields outside of your own work just because of the early exposure, and it's more interesting.
The Ann Arbor market is actually really quite challenging to find a house where you could, in fact, quickly connect with the university. And this facility being on Central Campus, having an opportunity that quickly connects you to the institutional fabric.
You're, what, a block or two from the diag. You can't beat that. You're really at the pulse of the university.
Each individual gets your own separate bedroom and bathroom. The bedroom includes the queen-size bed, and the bathroom is also separate, so everyone gets your own.
You really do have to understand and develop a literacy in other fields and not just your own, as well as build a competency in dealing with professionals of other fields.
I already know how I think.
Right.
But I don't know how the engineer thinks or how the mathematician thinks or how the chemist thinks. And I'm finding that my research is a lot better now since I've started getting different people into my group.
These are often referred to as creativity clusters. And why most innovation happens in creativity clusters is very simple. Innovation is not produced through alignment. It's produced through constructive conflict or creative conflict.
It's really finding a physical common ground to just be a sparking place for these interactions.
If you live together with students of other schools, you kind of understand or gain a competency in dealing with them.
In terms of creating a relationship that lasts and something that's more meaningful, this is the actual and only way to do it. It's not behind a computer. You have to be in contact.
And there's nothing quite like the immediate reaction that you get from somebody in real time. Being there in person is going to be what it's going to be like when you have a job.
It's not so much the books that create the campus, it's the people that you interact with day in and day out, how remarkable they are, how much they've accomplished at such a young age, and how different you are.
If you're graduating today, you need something that's going to differentiate you from everybody else. It's a very competitive job market. And the way you're going to get that something else is by partnering, working with people outside of your discipline, not just outside of your discipline, have very different ideas about the world. They have a different form of dominant logic.
Having had those experiences in the formative years of your professional education, you're going to look different and going to think differently than someone who's just, lived on their own or in a sort of more traditional setting.
They always say networking is key to getting you anywhere. So now your network won't just be among doctors or among pharmacists. You'll know the painter, you'll know the computer designer, you'll know the engineer, and you'll still be a pharmacist or a doctor.
And who knows how those are going to interact and actually change your career.